So today we're going to talk about schools because it's been 11 years since we started and it's our last year. So we have a lot of problems right now and we have to deal with all of them and we're tired, really tired.
So without further ado, this is our list of problems that we have with our Russian school system. Let's start with the entrance. Let's start with security. In my opinion, in Russian schools, we have like zero security. Because in my school, the school that I go to, we can come and go as we please. So if we decide to leave even in the middle of the lesson, no one's going to stop us. But in your school,
in our school we have security, but still whoever wants to walk in, he can walk in just really because she hasn't been studied there for a year and now she can just walk in as a student, our student. There is no control over us.
Yeah, so that's like one of the major problems because we have had in previous years experiences when people actually came into schools and even kidnapped children, so it's kind of sketchy over there. The next problem
we're going to talk about is Russian clothes and changing it and the mess what is going on while it's changed.
Because in Russia, when we enter school, we have to change our shoes if it's spring or like early autumn, for example. But during the winter, we have to also change our coats. And we have about like 1,000 people in each school. And 1,000 people in one morning changing, that's a lot of people. So, of course, you can imagine the amount of mess that's going on. People are shoving each other, people are, I don't know, they're sending death notes to each other just because they can't get into the closet to hang their coats. It's terrifying.
Yeah, and there is people, children from 6 years to 18, and they're all together. It's
in one morning. In one morning, especially in the morning. Okay, so the third problem that we have with Russian schools is
the problem with staff and teachers because they represent themselves as superior people, and children are scared of their teachers because when they are waiting for a lesson in the hallway, they are panicking. They think that something is going to happen on the lesson.
Yeah, well, I mean, teachers are really put on a pedestal in school. So you can't approach them and ask them a question without being ridiculed by them, and it's impossible to be friends with your teachers or even have a good relationship because they are always in this kind of state where they want to yell at you and they want you to just behave and listen to them. So, I mean, it does not promote a healthy environment in school at all.
Yeah, they do not treat children as their equal.
The fourth problem
is what do you want to say about Russian schools?
Well, my problem with Russian schools is the hallways, because we have a lot of children, as we have already mentioned, and we have a huge break between classes, like for 10, 15, even 20 minutes. Okay. Yeah, most of the time. And kids, they just run in the hallway. They always smack someone upside the head. They always hit someone. They always trip and fall and hit the door. So it's very hazardous to me. I think that it's kind of dangerous, and even I'm like 17, I'm in 11th grade already, like senior year, and I'm still afraid of little kids because they will probably hit me and I'll probably fall on the staircase, for example.
But I can't agree with you because I think children are emotional and they have to bring their emotions out of them and they have to express themselves. So they're shouting, they're running, they're screaming. But in one...
that tells you a lot about what happens in class. They're just like, the bell rings and like, ah!
Yes. The fifth problem of Russian schools is
that we have one class. Not one class as one subject, but we have the same amount of people in one class throughout the whole schooling process. So for example, in first grade, you come to school and you meet your classmates. You have like about 25, 30 classmates, and these are the same classmates that will stay with you until you finish school in 11th grade. And to me, that's kind of crazy because I would like to have different people in different subject classes, for example, but it's not possible.
Still, I think it is rather comfortable to have for such a long time, periods of time, one class because you have friends. Be sure of the people you're having time with.
Yeah, you come into class and you always have to see the same people. So,
Yes.
yeah, in a way, it's good. But in another way, I think that it does not promote friendship, as in you don't really know who you're going to school with. So I know that you actually recognize people from your school, but for example, in my school, I have absolutely no idea who goes to our school. So if I see someone on the street and they're like, "Oh, hi," I'm like, "Who are you?" And it turns out that we're in the same school, but I have no idea because I have never interacted with them in any other class or setting. So I don't know. This is like a kind of 50-50 problem. Okay, and the sixth and final problem that we have with Russian schools is the course load.
Yes, we have uh, different subjects in one day, and in a week it gets 12 subjects that we have to learn, that we have to study and do our homework. It's rather hard, and from one day to another we have to do at least 6 homeworks.
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy, especially to me, because I'm used to like having the same schedule for every single day. But here we have, in my school, we even had like 14 subjects last year, and that was insane because it was impossible to actually get ready for each class. So that results in bad grades.
But if you have one subject in one day and another day you will get another subject, you will forget of all the things that you were taught on the other day.
Okay, so this has been our list of things that we have problems with in Russian schools. However, in the end, I'd have to say that I think that schools are pretty much the same in every single country because you still hate the teachers, you still hate your classmates, you still hate to actually go to school. So even when you finish, you're like, oh my god, thank you. But I don't know. I don't think it's that much different.
Still, school gives you lots of emotions, lots of memories, and it's a really great time. You're in your teens, and it's great. It's the best time in the world.
So, yeah, try to enjoy it if you can. If you can, you're lucky. If not, welcome to the club.
Yes.
So, thank you guys for watching.
And we got Twitter in the comment section below. And if you liked us, please like button.
And do whatever other shenanigans you're supposed to do. Okay,
Thank
bye.
you for watching. Bye.
Yeah, but